And welcome. I'm Sarah Huang, Content and Editorial Manager here at InteractRV, and I'm glad you're joining us today. Before we dive in, a few quick housekeeping notes. You should see a control panel on the right side of your screen with a question section in there. Feel free to drop your questions in as we go, and we'll save time at the end to work through them. You'll also find a handout section with a downloadable version of today's content. If you'd like to keep a copy for yourself, and just so you know, we are recording today's session and we'll share that recording out right after this event. With that, I'll hand things over to Eric Pedretti, our Director of Sales, who's going to show you our AI search assistant built for how today's buyers want to browse.
Thanks, Sarah, and thank you all for joining us today to take a look at our new AI search assistant. We're extremely excited to roll this out to our dealers. Very quickly, want to introduce myself. Been working with dealers for about 20 years now, started in new automotive and moved over to power sports, RV, and marine ever since over the last 17 years. Been with IRV for about 5 years now and absolutely love InteractRV and the exceptional tools that we've created here to help our dealers sell more units and make more money. And that's what today's presentation is going to be all about. As far as an agenda, what we're going to cover, number one is the problem. Why filters hit a wall. 2, the product. So we're going to introduce AI Search Assistant. Ultimately, what that means for you, and most importantly, the payoff for shoppers and your dealership to help make it as easy as possible for them to find the specific unit that checks all the boxes for them and their family, so you can convert more shoppers into more deals. 4th, we'll do a live demo on a live site and see what it's going to look like on your website if you do choose to add it. And speaking of getting started, if you are looking to get this added to your website, it's extremely easy to bring it onto your site and make it live. So we'll cover how to do that as well. So with that, let's get started. The problem. Obviously, you guys know what these typical filters look like. All of our clients have them. The filters that we have and all the data that goes into those filters is one of the things that really separates us from the competition and makes InteractRV the obvious choice as a website provider in the space. However, even those filters can run out, right? Ranges and checkboxes can't answer a lifestyle question. They can't carry a conversation with you in a human-like tone after hours where over half of your traffic comes. The shoppers take over, so they click into a vehicle details page, and if you are a dealer with more than 100 units on your site or hundreds of units on your site, that can really send them down a path that chews up a bunch of their time when they're trying to find the unit that makes the most sense for their family and for them. So they run out of time and they leave. And maybe they come back, maybe they don't come back. If they do, right, they start that same cycle all over again. The average RV shopper's research window is about 5 months. And again, as I mentioned, every dealer has the same filters today. The ones who go further are the ones who are going to gain the edge. So introducing AI Search Assistant. It's not a scripted chatbot or a bolt-on FAQ tool. It's really powered by artificial intelligence and built on your real inventory and data. It's a part of InteractRV's AI product suite, and I'm very excited to walk you through the details of exactly how this looks, how it's going to work for you, the dealer, and of course, again, the big payoff for your shoppers. So here's what it means for you. Your shoppers are going to get natural language and 24/7 inventory search. Again, over half of your traffic is coming from people shopping you after everyone's gone home, left the dealership, and they're spending time with their family. This is going to give them real conversation in a natural AI-driven language 24/7. Whenever they want to shop, we want to make yourself available to them. And again, make it as easy as possible for them to find their favorite unit. Voice or keyboard, so they can type and chat and have a conversation, or there is a microphone built in, so they'll be able to speak text to talk, or talk to text rather, from their mobile device and quite literally have a conversation with the AI search assistant, making it much easier for folks that are shopping on mobile to, again, filter down to the units that are going to be the perfect fit for them. It reaches specs and lifestyle needs that filters just, they miss, right? And again, it feels native. It's not bolted on. The same styling as your site. It's going to feel very natural. So for you, the dealership, this works alongside existing filtered search. It lives on your site. It's better informed, providing faster leads, and the modern positioning in a market that's slow to evolve. So without further ado, let's take a live look at this and show you exactly what this is going to look like on the site. So this is InteractRV's demo site. As you can see, one of the most important things here is its placement on the site. We want this as prominently placed as possible to make it easy for folks to find it and prompt them with specific searches so they do take advantage of the tool, because once they use it, they're going to love it. Your sales reps are going to love it when they're talking to customers and trying to narrow down your hundreds of pieces of inventory. Speaking of hundreds of pieces of inventory, this is something that we've been trying to solve for some time, and there's a number of things that we've done. Again, we've talked about filters. There's a lot of them. They can be quite overwhelming, and I think most of us are going to agree on this call that most customers, most shoppers aren't going to click through all of these filters, even on a desktop. There's literally dozens, if not over 100 different options for most dealers. Now, what makes this even more challenging is when we talk about mobile. So this is a mobile view of your website, or in this case, the demo site. Again, we're showing essentially 1 unit per scroll, all right? Now, if you're attempting to use the filters, this again is becoming very difficult to navigate on a mobile device. We know over half of your traffic comes from mobile devices. So the goal here is to make this much easier for them to find their favorite unit in an automated way, in a very natural way. So about 2 years ago at RVDA, we rolled out Shopper's Guide. This is their first iteration to try to solve this challenge, filtering hundreds of pieces of inventory down to the few that check all the boxes. So I'm going to walk you through this real quick. This is also available to everybody, but this is kind of the idea, to make it simple for them to use those same filters and to get down to the specific unit that they love. So drive it or tow it. We're going to tow it. What do you have? You got a regular truck. What does it need to weigh? You can choose by weight. It's a bumper pull. 4 to 6 people, it's got to sleep, and my budget's 15 to 45 grand. Most important thing here for us is, let's go with the outdoor kitchen. Now, we've taken 400 units and very quickly narrowed it down to 10. This isn't AI search, but this is, again, one way that we've helped solve this problem to make it easier for folks to find the unit they love. But introducing AI search assistant, again, AI powered, utilizing your filters and your live inventory to achieve that same result, but in a much easier, faster, more conversational, very natural way, especially for folks on mobile and especially for folks after hours. So let's take a look. Today, what I want to say is show me travel trailers under 40K that sleep 6. So again, using human-like searches, it's going to very quickly narrow the 400 pieces of inventory on this demo site down to 73. As you can see, as we continue to have this conversation and further narrow this down, utilizing the filters on this live inventory, it's going to add those filters across the top of the page. So you'll see here, it picked up from 40K, it translated that into $40,000 and added that filter, so under $40,000. It saw travel trailers, added that filter, sleeps at least 6 or more people, it added that filter as well. Then it starts a conversation. It says, great, I found 73 travel trailers under 40,000 that sleep at least 6 people. If you'd like to narrow things down further, again, we're prompting the shopper to continue to use the tool to narrow this down further. You could try filtering by length, specific features like full bathrooms or slide outs, or a particular manufacturer. Again, as you can see, there is a mic button here. This does give folks the ability to press the mic and have this conversation and speak into their phone, particularly important for folks that are shopping from their mobile device. So let's narrow this down further. Let's think about weight. So my vehicle can't pull anything over, let's go 6,000 pounds. As you can see across the top, it's going to add under 6,000 pounds and eliminate quite a bit of inventory again. So we've gone from 400 to 73 to 29. The conversation continues. Great, I found 29 travel trailers under 6,000 pounds that sleep at least 6 people and are priced up to $40,000. Again, it's prompting the customer to filter it down by features, right? Again, lifestyle things that are important to the user and how they want to enjoy their camper or their RV. So at this point, let's say with an outdoor kitchen, because who wants to cook inside when you can be outside? Again, it'll add that filter to the top of the search. So we've got 40,000, travel trailer, outdoor kitchen, sleep 6 or more, weights under 5,000 pounds. Let's pretend I'm feeling a little cheaper, under 30,000. So now we're down to 12 units. So as you can see, it's going to show each piece of inventory that check all those boxes, and it's going to display them in this nice grid pattern. The cool thing, once you get it narrowed down to this point, is this link here, view more specs features. It allows me to flip over the specific or the specs on these 2 individual trailers, so I can compare a Forest River to a Coachman. Right? We've got all the key specs here. How many people does it sleep? 6 versus 8. Length 28 feet versus 23 feet. Right? Weight, we got a dry weight of 5760 on this one and only 4,500 pounds on this one. Again, if we want to continue to narrow this down, we can say under 5,000 pounds. And now it narrows it down to 5. So again, I can compare the remaining 5 units and I can choose my favorite one based off of what I'm looking to specifically own. Once I decide this is my favorite, I can click into it. And of course, now I'm on a single vehicle details page where I've got all my photos and all the other great features about an InteractRV website. And most importantly, your conversion tools. So at this point now, I've decided I'm ready to submit a lead. And this is how we move folks high funnel to low funnel as quickly as possible, and then ultimately get them to take the next step and pick up the phone and call you or fill out a form to generate a lead so you guys can sell more units. All right. At this point, we're going to open it up to questions and see what questions we have on the tool. So,
All right, thanks, Eric. We do have several questions coming in from folks. First one being more of a clarification. So is this AI search assistant meant to replace a dealer's existing filtered search on their website or work alongside it?
Yeah, great question. It's built to work alongside it, not replace your existing filters and search. Again, your existing search and filters can only take the customer so far. The AI search assistant, hopefully, as I've demonstrated today, gets it several steps further in the conversation and makes it even easier for them to filter the specific units down to check all the boxes for them and their family.
Awesome. And another question, some of the inputs you were typing in were really like intentional. Someone's asking if this was a first-time shopper who doesn't know what they're looking for, how does the search assistant handle that for them?
Yeah, of course. So the search assistant will will provide answers to again any question that's driven off of filters and data that's contained on the website. So it will, right, it'll continue to move them down the path based off features, et cetera, things that are important to them, lifestyle questions as well. So whether they're first time buyers and new to the industry, or they know exactly what they're looking for, it's going to be a great fit for them.
And is it pulling from a dealer's actual inventory or is it more a bunch of stock specs?
Nope, it's pulling from your live inventory. Another great question. So as you update inventory, right, you're selling inventory, you're taking inventory in on trade or shipments from the manufacturer. As your inventory is being updated daily, it's going to continue to crawl the site based off of your current in stock units and answer those questions and guide folks to the unit that they want.
Great. And then I do have a dealer who's interested in using this to get data on what their customers are looking for so they can start to get an idea of trends. So if the customer doesn't fill out a lead form, will the dealer still get a report of what customers are searching for using the tool?
That's a great question. Reporting is something that we are working on delivering to dealers and giving them the information that they're looking for there. So stay tuned. This is version 1 of the tool, and we're already working on version 2 in further iterations of it to fine tune and improve.
Awesome. And then I've got another dealer asking about how it filters by pricing. So it looked like from your example that it was basing it off of sales price. Will units that are priced at MAP or MSRP get missed in the customer search?
That's a great question. I believe it's pulling from the final total price. Um, so maybe let me get back to you on that one. I'll find the answer for that if you want to. I assume that the name of the dealer that asked that question has, um, identified themselves so we can get back to them on that one.
Absolutely. And just so everyone who's watching right now is aware, if we don't have time to get to your question today, we will make sure that someone follows up with you as well. So you will hear from us.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, if you're open to answering another pricing question, if someone does ask about pricing or something that goes beyond feature filters and they're thinking that it is a full chat, does it create a lead in their CRM? Like, how does the dealer get the information that the customer is asking for so they can possibly follow up as well?
Yep, great question. And again, think version 1 today, filtering inventory based off of these specific questions and having this conversation. Version 2 that we are hard at work on is going to take it to that next step where it will lead the customer down to the path to actually create an actual lead from the chat and then distribute that into your CRM based off of your individual stores, right? So if you have a multi-rooftop dealer group, we'll be able to actually filter that down to the individual CRM located in that store, so to get the local rep on that lead as quickly as possible. Today, that doesn't exist. It will as soon as we get there.
Awesome. And I've got another question of just looking forward to possibilities of the tool in the future. Is there a possibility of a tool like this ever leading a customer to set an appointment, fill out a lead form, or even like put in their credit, something like that, that could put them toward a sale and taking that next step?
Yep, so absolutely. So very, related question to the previous one I just answered. It's going to continue this conversation, and then once, we get to a point, the tool is going to automatically push them to complete a lead or set an appointment to come into that specific store and talk about that unit. So 100%. I can't commit today on a timeline to get that live, but we are pushing for Q4 to get that next step rolled out.
Thank you. And to everyone who's raising their hand to get a follow-up on the map question, we will make sure that we reach out to you after the webinar. So thank you for raising your hand. All right, I've got one that I have a dealer asking, what is the lag time or just the processing time between asking a question and having the answer appear in the chat? I'm going to take a stab and say that has a little bit to do with your internet speed, but I'm wondering what you
Sure.
have to say, Eric.
Yeah, of course. Your device speed and your internet speed, skews those results. If it's faster, it'll be faster. If it's slower, it'll be slower. But hopefully what you saw today is, um, roughly what speed you're going to get. So it is really pretty quick to load that answer and filter that data. It's working hard behind the scenes to, again, filter across hundreds of pieces of inventory and thousands of specs to serve that inventory up to them and filter down. But hopefully you were impressed by the speed in which it was able to do that today during the demonstration.
And then I do have someone asking if it's possible to customize the way it looks on their website. In your example, it was a massive search bar right on the home page. Is there any flexibility in where and how it can appear on their website?
Absolutely. We recommend a large, right, prominent placement above the fold so it can draw attention to it, because we believe in the power that it has to, again, guide folks down to the specific units that are going to be a perfect fit for them and their family. Having said that, if you would like to shrink the size of it, move it around, change the look and feel a little bit, that's of course customizable as well.
Great, thank you. And then I've got someone asking if they were to get this added to their website, how long does it take to go live? And is there anything needed on their end to help set it up?
Sure. Nothing's really needed on your end to set up other than your stamp of approval, of course, before we push it live. As far as timing, typically this is going to be live in just a few days, a week or less.
Awesome. And if they were to get it, how would they go about, raising their hand saying, I am interested in this? Is it a conversation with you? Is it a lead form they need to fill out?
Yeah, great question. So getting started is really simple. Price wise, um, there are different price points depending on the package that you currently have with InteractRV. So for silver website clients, it's $199 per month to add this incredible feature to your website. Gold website clients with an open pick, this is available to you as a pick option. If you don't have an open pick and you want to keep your 2 picks you have today, it'll be $199. Or of course, you can swap out with one of your existing picks for no additional cost. And then for our platinum level clients, we are adding this complimentary to you as a thank you for being a platinum dealer. And whether you have an open pick or not, you will be able to get this added to your website for free. As far as next steps, check your inbox for an email with a sign up form following this demonstration, or you can simply reach out to your sales rep or account manager to add AI Search Assistant to your existing website package. Again, our team's going to integrate it with your inventory and the tools live and ready on your site in just a few days.
Thanks, Eric. All right, we've got time for just one more question. This is an interesting one. Of course, everybody's wondering, if I were to go with AI Search Assistant, why would I go with InteractRV? Are there any other compatible chat services out there that would help clients accomplish this sort of thing using a different sort of tool?
There are short answer is not really. There are many attempts at doing what we've accomplished here with AI Search Assistant. None of them quite get to the level of where we've achieved or where we're planning on going here heading into Q4. So this would be the obvious choice for you to get this type of experience added to your website for your customers. And we'd love to show you what we can do.
All right, thanks, Eric. Okay, that is all the time we have for questions at the moment. But like I said, we do have a record of everyone who's asked a question. If we did not get to yours, or if you raised your hand to get that answer about MAP, we'll make sure that we reach out to you as soon as we can and get your questions answered and talk about any next steps you're interested in. Okay, Eric, I know you did have another slide you wanted to go through just about next steps. If you want to take us over to that one.
Yep, you should be able to see it. Shown it a moment ago. Can you see that, Sarah?
Absolutely.
Yep. So this is it. So yeah, once again, for silver website clients, it's just $199 per month. Gold website clients, if you have an open pick, you can add it for free. You can even swap out a pick if you aren't in love with one of your two picks for free as well. And for all platinum clients, it will be added complimentary to your site. Just simply raise your hand, contact your account manager, your sales rep, or there's going to be a sign up form emailed to you after the webinar is over as well. And our team will get to work and have it live quickly.
All right, and that is a great place to leave it for today. So thank you so much, Eric, for walking us through that. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. We know your time is valuable, so we will end today's presentation here. But like Eric said, keep an eye on your inbox for an email with a sign-up form if you are interested in learning more about AI Search Assistant. And we'll also be sharing out that recording of today's webinar if there is anything else you're interested in reviewing with your team. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, everyone, for attending. Have a great day.